this mountain has an importance as far as the natural resources that lie under it. It is known geologically throughout the area as one of the prime sources for some of the purest uncontaminated water in the United States, water that has won several awards. In a sense, it's like a large sponge. There are openings and entrances all throughout the mountain range which allow surface water to enter and which releases the water in springs along the mountainside. Even deeper down, geologists have confirmed that there is an aquifer that may be as much as 10 to 12 miles in length, which holds an enormous amount of water. Once again, one of the largest supplies of water probably in the eastern part of the United States. What I'm getting to here is that this resource and this mountain is of very great importance, and I want to bring to your attention today a threat to this mountain and to the resources that it contains. That threat is a 42-inch natural gas line pipeline that has been proposed. It's called the Mountain Valley Pipeline, and one of the routes that has been proposed through Monroe County will pass about 1/3 of a mile southeast of this location on the little ridge there that you can see in the distance, and it will extend from northern West Virginia into Virginia on its 300-mile route. And the concern is very great here. As you can see, looking off to my right here as well, Peters Mountain geology is basically outcroppings of huge size, and this happens all along the mountain range. And to build a pipeline across this type of terrain is a monumental undertaking. And the concern is that in building this pipeline, which will be the width of a 6-lane highway, basically what is involved is coming in, cutting away the brush, clearing the land, clearing the topsoil, and excavating down to bare dirt, and then digging a trench 6 to 8 feet wide by as much as 10 to 12 feet deep.
The water, not only for this area where we're trying to have clean water in the Hands Creek area that flows down, that we can have clean water to drink from the springs and from the wells. The area below the surface in Monroe County has so many caves and opening things that if there is drilling down through these stone things and get down to where their basic water is, it's going to be awful for the water that we use right now. If we don't have clean water here on the farm, if the cows don't have clean water to drink, we're out of business.
If we even let the thought of our water being dangerously contaminated, polluted, ruined in any way, it cannot be fixed. You can't clean it up and fight and do what's right like our family and brothers from Standing Rock. Stand up and fight to keep this pipeline out of here, to save ourselves, save our county, save our water from destruction.
Ecologically sound. Because if it's not ecologically sound, it's going to destroy the water that we have here that's internationally known. It's going to also damage our tourism.
Have fun in the water. This is Indian Creek. It's one of the last places you can come in the whole United States of America and feel safe to play in this creek. We love our county, we love our life, and we love our water and the way of life we have here. We don't choose to live in the industrial area. We live here because this is what God gave us to take care of. And without our water, nobody can live.
If you think that you're alone or it's just these people here in Monroe County fighting this, it's not. There are literally thousands and thousands of people who see this project for what it is, which is nothing but corporate greed and exploiting private individuals. So it is really important, if you want to help, if you do not want this pipeline in Monroe County, get busy and want to talk about water is not a scare tactic. We've been saying all along that a pipeline like this has the real potential to compromise water supplies both in the public watershed and in private springs and wells. About a year ago it happened. runoff from the Columbia gas line that's running through the Red Sulphur Public Service District ran diesel, leached diesel into the water supply and completely shut down the water plant at Peterstown. Anybody here turn on their water and smell gasoline or diesel at that time? I did.
Always good to see fellow pipeline fighters. You know, we are pipeline fighters, we're water keepers, we're people of the land who are standing up to big corporations, and that is their worst nightmare. The only thing that is going to stop these pipelines is the people standing shoulder to shoulder despite differences of politics and everything else that they may try to use to divide us. You know, we deeply believe in all these pipeline fights across the country that there's 3 ways that we can beat them. The first is to end eminent domain for private gain. There is absolutely no reason in America that a private corporation can come in and tell an American citizen that they're going to take land against their will. So we got to stop that at the state level and the federal level.
Now, each one of you, your families has been here for generations. That you buried your mothers, you buried your fathers, your grandmothers and grandfathers. Some of you have buried children in this land and in this earth. So you have that spiritual connection to the land, the same that we do as Native Americans, that our ancestors are buried in this land and your ancestors are buried in this land. So you have this deep connection to your home, and you want to protect that home and you want to protect that land. Individually, they can break us down and they can defeat us. But it also takes that individual effort to come together collectively.
Beautiful Peters Mountain. Do we want to see it like this? Or do we want to see it scarred as it is here in this picture? Let us fight to save this. And fight to stop this. And this.